Hi guys, welcome to issue 5 of iDrum magazine. I'm Pat Garvey, as you might have guessed from the last 4 issues. Now then, we're going to look at odd time signature grooves today. We're going to break it down. We're going to encompass a lot of the concepts and ideas we've been talking about so far with these lessons. Odd time seems to be something that scares a lot of people, or a lot of drummers that I see. And the thing with odd time is it's exactly that. There's nothing strange about it. There's nothing too wacky about it. It's just a different. It's just different time. It's a different count. Okay. The fact is, if we'd all started playing music in odd time signatures, then it could be said for exactly the same purpose the other way around, that simple time signatures could feel a bit strange as well. Now, we're going to be working with what we're going to call a phrase for the foreseeable future, okay? And that is a 4-bar phrase. We've got 3 bars of 7/8, okay, and 1 bar of 9/8. Pretty much, as far as we're concerned now, just on constant loop. So those 4 bars are just going round and round and round. That's that's going to form the basis of our rhythmic phrase. Okay. Now then, we're going to build this up, and we're going to then add to it, and then decorate it, and look at some other ways of doing things. Okay. We're going to start with the count. Okay. Because when you're breaking down odd time stuff, especially if you're not used to it, understanding the count is the first place to start. Because if you don't understand the count, you're never going to get the part right. So, literally, you're going to count 3 bars of 7/8, 1 bar of 9/8, okay? And you're counting 8th notes. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and onwards, okay? Looping that phrase around and around. If I play that on the hi-hat, now if you look at your, this is example 1, okay, in the notation for this month. I'll play that on the hi-hat, okay? And we're literally just playing it here. We're not trying to break any boundaries. We're just playing that rhythm, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now then. That's the first thing to practice. Once you've got that going round and round, okay, and you're comfortable with it, okay, you can start to mess around with it a bit. Now, you don't have to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 the whole time. You run out of breath, you probably pass out before you've even got to playing the actual part, okay? If you break those down, those 7s, okay, so we'll count 3/4 notes for the 7s and 1/8 note, okay? So 3/4 notes divided in half, give us 6/8 notes, add that 1/8 note that we're going to count as the odd one, that's our 7, that's our 7/8, okay? And you take exactly the same approach with the 9. That is, if you count 4/4 notes and then you count 1/8 note, okay, you've got your 9/8, because if you divide those 4 in 2, you wind up with 8, add that extra 8th note on to make the odd, and you wind up with 9. Okay, so then you end up with this, okay? If I count the 8th notes first, verbally, won't play them, and then I'll count them with the quarter note kind of feel count instead, okay? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and so on, okay? You can count the bars if you like, so you've got 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, and 3, and so on, all right? If we then put that into context with our groove, okay, or the beginnings of our groove, I'll play this quietly so you can hear the count, and I'll do it exactly the same way again. Okay, so I'll count the eighth notes first, and I'll count it with the kind of more quarter note-y pulse thing. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and okay, and that there are within that count there your 3 bars of 7/8 and your 1 bar of 9/8. Okay, putting that into practice, what we're going to do is we're going to play that pattern. Okay, except for we're now going to add accents. Okay, basically to those quarter note counts. Okay, so now I'm not going to count this, I'm going to count it in, but I'm going to play the accents where the quarter notes would be. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And now there's a groove starting to come together, okay, within our phrase that we'd already discussed, all right, the 3 bars of 7 and the bar of 9, okay, and we're accenting those quarter notes. Now, stroke-wise, it harks back to what we've talked about already, okay, and that is essentially a downstroke and an upstroke, except we're adding one more in here, and I'm approaching that in the context of this, okay, as a tap. So this is, when you break it down, it's made up of down, up, and taps, okay? So you've got, for instance, okay? So I've got, if I play that quieter and count voice those strokes, down, down, tap, up. The reason the tap comes before the up is because otherwise I'm going to have to be doing 2 up strokes, and this is breaking it down and really just looking at it, okay? So this is just the kind of idea that I'm applying to this. It allows me to build up a bit of speed with it, and it allows you to play it relatively effortlessly as well, okay? So if I look at the whole pattern like that, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, tap, up, down, and so on, okay? When you start building that up, it allows you to just build speed on things without having to tense up and getting all crazy with it. It's quite important as you build these ideas and these concepts and you work on these techniques with someone, work on them with someone, okay? It's quite important that if you start to tense anything up, that you stop immediately and just take it back a little bit in tempo, okay? So that you're comfortable with it again, and start building from that point. As soon as you tense up, it's not going to happen. It's a false economy. It's just not. It's not working. Okay. Now I'm going to move this over to my hi-hat over here. Okay. So we've now got our pattern, right? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're now going to build this groove up, okay? I'm going to add a bass drum to the 1 of each bar, okay? To the beat 1 of each bar, okay? So we've got okay? That's us adding the bass drum to the one of each bar. So it anchors the whole thing down a little bit, okay? Again, I'll play that with the bass drum accenting the beginning of each bar, okay? What this is turning into is just a repeating phrase or pattern, okay? So essentially, it's the ostinato that you're playing with your right hand, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's adding the bass drum, okay? What you should do is you should take that away and really work on it, okay? So that you can come back to this and really be able to dissect it, pull it apart and put it back together again, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to add a snare drum backbeat, okay, to beat 3, okay, of each bar. And by beat 3, I mean on 3. So it'll be going 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and okay. We're actually putting it on beat 5. Okay. Now then, here we go. Okay. So with the bass drum, you've got okay, so we've now constructing our groove. We've got our phrase going round on the hi-hat. We've got the 3 bars of 7/8 and a bar of 9/8. We've got the bass drum on beat 1 of each bar, and we've got our snare drum, okay, on beat 5 of each bar. But if you're counting the 3s, then it will be coming on the 3, okay, of each time. I prefer it because I think it feels a bit nicer and it feels a bit more laid back, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to add to the bass drum, and this part now is pretty much going to be the part we're going to stick with, okay, for all intents and purposes for this type of groove that we're working on at the moment, okay. So I'm going to add to it. You'll hear the additions. It's nothing too crazy, okay? It's nothing crazy at all, in fact. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's what essentially is our groove, okay? It doesn't matter, once you've got used to these kind of things, it doesn't matter where you want to put your right hand, you can put it wherever you like. Okay, and like with everything else we've worked on over this series of lessons, you can take these and you can do whatever you like with them. The idea here is creativity and ways into things that are not necessarily that easy to understand, or different approaches to things as well. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a bit of decoration to it, okay? A bit like seasoning a good steak. I'm just going to add some things, pepper it with some stuff that moves it on nicely and gives it a bit of a flow, okay? Have a listen. All those little flicks, it's ghost notes and it's control. The doubles hark back to what we were talking about in our last lesson, okay? And that's just control of your right foot, okay? And it's just putting these things into context. So I'm just throwing ideas out there. These are things that you can work on as you go forward, and they're nothing unique to odd time. That kind of stuff works in whatever forum you want, okay? Now, I'm playing open here, okay? That doesn't matter at all. It works exactly the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it doesn't matter. You could take this left hand, you could put it on the tom. It's all open. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter what you do with it, okay? All that really matters is that it works, okay? That's debatable in the first place, but as you know, it's whether it works or not, essentially, is what it comes down to. It's whether it's grooving or not. Now, to practice these ideas requires a metronome, okay? Because you need to make sure that it's right. You need to make sure you're not losing a beat here and you're not kind of kidding yourself and your ears aren't playing any tricks on you, okay? So there is a click track for you to download, okay, which runs the form of our phrase. So 3 bars of 7, 1 bar of 9, repeated, okay? But with the 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 count. Okay, so it's with the more kind of quarter notey based count. Once you're comfortable with that, it's quite important that you then practice it to just a normal straight click, so that you're learning how to, so that your ear's picking up on where how the beat moves around, how this groove moves around. Okay, that's my point. Plus, it means that if you're ever in a situation where you need to play in and around the beat, your ears are going to be that much more trained to it. That's the first thing you can download. The second thing you can download is the excerpt that I'm going to play to now, just to put this into context, okay? So this is an excerpt from an entire track that you'll get in the next lesson to work from, okay? And it's that phrase, the 3 bars of 7/8 and the 1 bar of 9/8. Once you've worked through it all, you see it's not that odd and there's actually nothing to be worried about at all. It makes as much sense as anything else does. It's just work and it's just practice, okay? So you can download that as well. I'm going to play that for you now. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to decorate it and use all the stuff I've just been talking about. There's a few kind of little filly bits in there as well, but it's nothing that you can't figure out, or that what I want you to do is be able to take the track and listen to it and create your own ideas, okay? Come up with your own stuff, but most importantly, start to understand it. So, here we go. Okay guys, that's it for this month. I'll see you next month for part 2 of this. Remember, practice this stuff slowly. Look into odd time stuff. Look into some of the guys that are really great for it. Above all, have fun with it, okay? But really understand it. I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you next time.